Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and this bird is about to take flight. Falcon has transformed. He has spread his wings. Whatever kind of analogy you want to give for him, this man has turned into an absolute beast, and it is all thanks to the Disney Plus show. Now, I'm showing you just how insane he is, and I want to remind you, although he is tier 3 now, whereas he was tier 2 before, this kind of transformation is incredible. It's actually so amazing. You know, regardless of what these characters end up being at the very, very top of the meta, to just see them come so far with something as simple as just a uniform, and a tier 3 in this case, is wild. So we're done here. That took 40 seconds. I was actually trying to pause. That was 40 seconds. So in less time than it took him with his previous uniform, yes, of course he's not tier 3, but you gotta appreciate, you know, you gotta appreciate what he was capable of doing to what he's capable of doing now. It's really, like, it's wild, right? So for fans of Falcon, for fans of speed types, for fans of dudes who have wings and fly around and throw, you know, at vibranium shields, I was gonna call him adamantium shield. This is dope, dude. He's crazy strong. Okay, he's just absolutely top to bottom. And I don't even want to disrespect him by putting on the old uniform and trying that again, because I know it's going to be sad. And really, his tier 3, besides adding the stat bump, what it's really doing is adding all that accumulation when he pops Hero's Rise. But yeah, let me break down the build for you before we go and do some more testing. This one is going to be really interesting because although the build is pretty bad, or I should say pretty average, the worst part is, or the most, you know, important part is, I don't have a damage proc. So you're basically seeing his raw damage, which I don't actually do those tests all that often anymore. I usually do them maybe in between swapping CTPs for a character, but I definitely don't usually start off a review of a character with their raw damage output. But Falcon definitely has the guns to impress with his raw damage. His accumulation really ramps his damage. The 70% damage dealt to villains helps a lot as well. The 50% all attack really helps. The frenzy buff he has here, the 70% ignore dodge for 8 seconds. This one's really important. I think Falcon is the character that we thought Daredevil was going to be for null. Whereas Daredevil ended up being a really strong PvP force, Falcon is basically the PvE version of him. That's what I think, in my opinion, because they both have a ton of ignore dodge, although Daredevil's is on his passive, so it's always active. But Falcon's is basically always active because the skill is on a cooldown of 8.5 seconds, and the buff is 8 seconds, so there's a half second where you don't have a 70% base ignore dodge, and then they both have guaranteed dodge, and then they both heal when they dodge. So having guaranteed dodge, healing when you dodge, right? These are both things that they share in common. So that's, I think, is a really good comparison. He's basically Daredevil on steroids for PvE. I don't think he's going to be as good for PvP as Daredevil because he doesn't have the counterattack, and he doesn't have those synergies that Daredevil has with Luke Cage and Jessica Jones as part of the Defenders. So it's really interesting how these characters can sort of, you know, be really strong on their own, or be strong but then transcend that level and be even stronger in a group. And I think Falcon is a really good example of a standalone strong character. Just to recap here really quickly, I've got the uniform Mythic. Just to recap the optionals here, we've got that. Let's jump into some content now, and again, we're going to check him out against, I mean, we want to do Null and Mephisto here. I'm going to save Mephisto till the end because he is a speed type. So that's really important, having speed types that are strong against Mephisto. I want to do Null first because that base 70% ignore dodge is so huge. So we're actually going to go without a damage proc. We're going to go to stage 14. I know it's tough, but he can actually do it. I've tried it out. And let's see, we're going to use this team up here. We use Captain America to give a bunch of effects, a bunch of team up bonuses. And then we use Bucky for the 30% physical attack. Here we go. So we're going to do a dedicated video for Bucky later, don't worry, but for now we just do 3 cancel, 4 cancel into 5. We get all of the effects from 3, like the buffs. We get most of the damage from 4, and then we land on 5. And we're actually going to cancel 5 and go into 6 right away. Here's the really cool thing about Falcon though. You don't really want to cancel his skills. I mean, besides 3 and 4, you don't really want to cancel 6, and you don't really want to cancel 5. Now, I don't have to worry too much about like a damage proc and that sort of thing, because I don't have a damage proc, I don't have a CTP to worry about. But 5 and 6, you basically want to watch that animation. Long animation, rewarding animation, high damage animation, and it's a full iframe. That's the other really important thing. I get stuck here by the cage, but the really important thing is on both 5 and 6, as you will see, Null just stands there. Whatever boss you're fighting, they're just gonna stand there because they don't have iframe ignore on any of their regular skills. Sorry about my battery. And so you can actually use that to your advantage and freeze up the boss for a large portion of time. Now he's gonna do his 3rd skill on the team up, which is not necessarily what we wanted. I was actually hoping for a 5th skill team up attack, but we should finish him off here. We're gonna save the tier 3 for the next phase. There's the heal. You see that crazy heal, 26k? 1 and 2, I just canceled to charge up the tier 3 faster. You know what, though? Seeing how long this took, I should have just popped the tier 3. I think I would have had enough time to build it up again, but it's okay. I'm still learning the ins and outs of the character. I'm still, you know, learning how to optimize things. But we go ahead and pop the tier 3, and you're going to see here that Null's going to land, and he has nothing to do. He's just standing there. And here we go. When we pop 5, you can see he's just standing there. And so this guarantees you a whole bunch of extra damage, which is great. Okay, we're actually going to have to switch here because he was able to get off his little spear attack, and that would have iframe ignored and killed us. But it's a really interesting and sort of unique playstyle feature. Sort of like how Gambit, how you can use Gambit's 5th skill and sort of walk away. It's kind of like that, except you're not walking away. You're just face tanking. And that's another really impressive thing about Falcon, is he can just face tank. Like, he's actually legitimately so tanky. He just face tanks. And see here, I don't have to do anything, man. I'm just big chilling. And so if you chain the skills together, you actually end up skipping a lot of the attacks that the boss would have had. See, and I'm gonna skip this one here, and I'm just gonna keep pouring on the damage. Oh, we're just a little bit off. A little bit more damage, and we would have skipped this phase. Because once he gets... oh, I gotta be a little bit careful here. That's a lot of damage, dude. Gonna pop the tier 3. But look at all that damage, dude. Crazy, right? Really, really good stuff, man. No obelisk. Okay, this is... Oh, I think I'm dead. Oh, no. Wow. Really? That's a safe zone? That's news to me, dude. Full health here. So tanky, right? Oh, that was a little bit sketchy. Here, we'll use Bucky here for just a second. Oh, poor Buck. That was some decent damage. But man, he's crushing this. He's crushing this. Stage 14 without an obelisk. With nothing. Here, we're going to see if our heal's going to pop off. Okay, the heal didn't pop off, so I had to switch. But he was able to burst down those last 4 bars. Right? Bucky's got an obelisk, so I don't want to feature him too much. But he gets this done, man. He gets this done. Imagine we run out of time here. Or we die to the, Oh, we're gonna die to the... Yeah, we died to the, I was gonna say tomato. Oh, we died. Oh, okay, Alex. Good job. So, yeah. See, this is why... He gets it done, and then he doesn't get it done. Man, whatever. I don't really care. Falcon's obviously really good. I can just tell. It's fine. The last phase of Null is kind of annoying anyways, and I was being goofy and switching. Like, I had opportunities to do more damage with Winter Soldier, but I wanted it to be a full Falcon solo. I guess his heal, it's got a timer on it, I believe. So I think he had popped it earlier, and that's why it didn't pop again. Yeah, it's got an 8-second cooldown, so you have to monitor that a little bit in order to know, oh, my heal just popped out. It's like, it's a crazy heal. It's a 30% heal for 4 seconds. So he gets 30%, 30%, 30%. So he basically he can recover over 100% of his life. So as he's taking damage, he'll continue to heal. So I was basically hoping for that to pop, but it was still on cooldown. Otherwise, I could have stood in that entire effect of nulls when attacking you before Thor gets there, and I could have just easily face tanked it. So he's actually really good at face tanking for that reason, and even more so against Mephisto, because if you didn't catch it on his tier 2 passive, it also has debuff immunity. He gives himself it's basically debuff immunity. He removes all debuffs for 4 seconds. So this will trigger as soon as he dodges one of Mephisto's tiny burn attacks, and then this will cleanse all the burn, so no more burn. Burn be gone, and then it'll give me that crazy 30% heal for 4 seconds. So now let's go ahead and test him on Mephisto. We can actually go to stage 14 as well. Oh, you know what? We can go higher, but that might be a little bit challenging. I think 9 was actually really impressive as far as the time goes, but we'll do 14 here. We have to use heroes so we can take advantage of some other passives. Let me put together a team real quick and we'll dive in and see what he can do. So here we go. We're going to try stage 15. We're going to 1-up Null against Mephisto and go 1 stage higher. I was testing this out a little bit earlier and I was actually having a lot of trouble beating this with traditional damage strikers. So I'm going to be trying this out with 5 strikers to improve the fire resistance. Wow, just did not want to press that tier 3 there. So this is not my first attempt here. He definitely has the damage to do this, the raw damage, which is an awesome thing to report. Enough raw damage to do stage 15 with no proc. But really the issue for Stam, despite his ability to face tank a lot, is that Mephisto still just puts on way too much damage, especially in the second phase. And the thing with Falcon is, it's sort of a gift and a curse, right? On the one hand, against Null, you can sit in the iframe on 5 and 6, and Null just stands there looking at you. Mephisto doesn't. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. It's kind of weird. And so because sometimes he doesn't, then you end up sort of like a sitting duck. You're trading blows with Mephisto, and he just has way more HP than we do, so you don't want to trade blows with him. So I think a more defensive build, like a more offensive build against Mephisto makes sense, and then a more defensive build against, a more offensive build against Null and a more defensive build against Mephisto. As far as the strikers go, I'm not really talking about his build. You know, I'm not talking about Falcon's build, because you're not going to change around his build in between bosses, right? You're still going to keep the same obelisk, the same CTP, or whatever. But as far as the strikers go, I think defensive strikers make more sense in this situation because of just how hard he hits and how persistent that damage is. But we're doing a really good job right now, much better than my other runs. Usually my other runs by this point I'm at half health or less, even with his heal. I do also have a question. I'm not sure if the heal is, I don't want to say bugged. I think we have a tendency in the MFF community to call everything bugged, but maybe it's not triggering often enough. It seems like it's not triggering every 8 seconds, even though he's probably dodging something every 8 seconds. So I'm a little bit skeptical of its efficacy, I guess you could say. There the heal popped off. I can see it popping off there. Yeah, you can see he's like takes damage and he heals right back up. But yeah, you can see his damage, like Falcon's damage, is more than good enough. He's cruising through this. We're gonna back off here because we triggered his enrage timer again. But we're definitely on track to beat this. And what I can do as well is, he's a little slow, I must say. For a guy who has wings, he shouldn't be on his feet. I want to come back to this stage right after I beat it and try again with an obelisk. I'm going to pop the 1 and the 2 right at the end there so I can build up the tier 3. So you remember how I said sometimes Mephisto doesn't care if you're iframing? Here he does. So the really good thing for Falcon is that you can basically dodge these. Not all the time, but half the time, a little bit more than half the time, you can dodge these, the summoning of those purple lines. Because you're iframing, he's not going to target you with those purple lines. If you go into iframe and you come out or whatever, then of course. But yeah, like he's crushing this. His raw damage is really nice. Really nice. Let's go, Falcon. Man, these freeze circles have been so toxic. They've been like in the worst possible. They've been summoned in the worst possible part of the map every single time. We don't want to pop the tier 3 here because he's going to go into an iframe. Or he's going to go into an animation. Yeah, there it is. Now these animations are quicker, so we're going to want to just freeze him first. But I'm actually curious if my tier 3 has stun immunity. I'm not sure. Okay, I know the 5th skill doesn't have stun immunity. It's kind of a given. Oh, I got stunned there? Wow. Wow. Falcon is a little bit too slow, as you can tell. Oh no. Oh no, he just died. Okay, so both clears. In both clears, he ends up dying right at the end. I think they sort of designed it this way so that Falcon and Winter Soldier have to help each other out. You know, it's like Bucky's about to beat the bad guy, and then the bad guy gets the last punch in, and Bucky's winded, so then Falcon comes in. That's pretty hilarious, to be honest. But yeah, his raw damage, I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed, not only with his raw damage, with basically nothing, right? But also his survivability. Now, I want to give him an obelisk. We're just going to give him an obelisk. We're not going to give him a CTP just yet. And I want to see how crazy this gets, because I have a feeling that he is going to hit like a Mack truck. So yeah, let me do this. Oh, that's lightning damage. Double crit damage, 1 Okay, I don't need this much crit damage, so it doesn't really matter too much. But let's go ahead and do this. His stats now look like this. Everything is basically capped. He's like just shy of dodge cap, just shy of attack speed cap, and then 4% off the crit rate cap. But that's totally okay, because I believe his frenzy buff has 35% crit rate, so you don't even need to be there. The soft cap is like 40%. But let's go right back into that stage, and we're going to see how fast he flies through this. Now, I'm just going to keep it rolling because I'm pretty sure this is going to be an easy one tap. I'm not going to have to reset. Again, the rotation is super easy. You've been watching me do it this entire video. It's just 3, cancel 4, cancel 5, and proc. Let's see what happens. Okay, and then we're going to do 3, cancel 4, cancel. I think we got that right. If we did get it right, we should be to the next phase. Where's the proc at? No proc? Whoa. Super weird. Let's pop the tier 3. No proc. Whoa. This is very strange. We're still hitting him. Wow. Okay. Right now his damage is basically the same. Okay, I guess a 180 damage proc doesn't matter. Bucky, Falcon don't need no 180 damage proc. Okay, so yeah, right now the time is exactly the same. I'm shocked personally, but okay, we procced on 5 there by accident. A little bit tougher than I thought it was going to be to cancel into 6. We're also going to have to abort this next one here because he's going to do the tornado. You might just want to do here. I want to see how much damage this does. You might just want to do 3, 4, 6. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Here we go. And then you do 3, 4, 5. And then, yeah, and then he enrages because he's mad because he did too much damage. Okay, yes. That was what I'm talking about. That was like 10 bars plus. That was good. Oh, I canceled a little bit late. Oh, got kind of lazy here. Got kind of lazy, eh? Let's pop the tier 3. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. I'm not even playing that well, but he's crushing it right now. Yeah, buddy. Boom. We just need that dodge to trigger now so I can get my heal back. There we go. We got the 3, 4, 5 combo. 3, 4, 5, 6 combo. So yeah, the 3, 4, 5, 6 cancellation is a little bit harder to pull off. But oh, buddy, when you get it to pull off, I have to switch there. I didn't want that thing to kill me. He squeezed in one of those purple circles. Just one. What a sneaky snake. see here, 3-4-5 combo. Ooh, it's pretty sketchy HP wise, but he's healing back up. Nice. There we go. 3-4-5-6 combo. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Crush him. Go again. Go again. Oh, gorgeous. Gorgeous. So, even with a hiccup at the beginning of that run where the first minute was basically moot, he does that in 3 minutes with a 180 damage proc on stage 15 with, you know, just regular team ups. No crazy supports, no CTP of insight. Really, really good stuff. So I'm really impressed. This transformation for Falcon is what Human Torch got, what Gambit got, what Rogue got. You know, these are the types of transformations for these characters that we're hoping for. He definitely gets put in the conversation now for one of the best speed types in the game. This is like a Corvus type translation or transition for him. So hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of Falcon's new outfit and his new power level. I'll be sure to fix up his build and sort of get some more, get some more spicy clips and more spicy highlights for you guys. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.